Welcome, dear chess friends. Today we'll see a very important position. So after the moves dc5, e6, we have two different move orders to reach the same position. So white can start with a3, bishop c5, b4, bishop e7, knight f3. And here we play the important move f6. Or another possible move order is if white starts with the move knight f3, bishop c5, a3, f6, b4, and bishop e7. So we have two different move orders to reach the same position, and this one will be the topic of our video. Hello, Alexei. How are you?
Hello, Pierre.
Is everything fine?
Yes, thank you.
What do you think about this position, Alexei?
Yes, I think it's very logical way for both. A3 before, white idea, play bishop b2, knight bd2, very flexible development. And bishop e7 looks a bit strange, because normally we play bishop b6. But why we prefer bishop e7? Because after bishop b6 more or less possible, but it's not our recommendation. We play bishop e7. Our development sometimes is very strange. We will play knight h6 in future. We can play knight h6 because we wait his move bishop b2 now or a bit later, and after that our development we continue development by knight h6, not by knight e7. That's why no need to be on b6. Bishop on e7 support our pawn f6 a bit, and we have another way for development. And what else? Also important for us that we have idea with a5 sometimes. Sometimes if we include a5, b5 moves, it's also useful for us. And after that, very often we will see it, we can fix his pawn a5, b5, a4 positional idea. But of course, not immediately, it's just ideas for future. And here, how to continue? He can play bishop b2 or what? Bishop b2 is main line. Probably we need to check c4 also. c4. But
yes, c4 looks logical.
Yes, c4 looks very strong move. Yes, very logical. But here we have concrete ideas. We can take on a5. If now two ways. If white play knight e5 or cd5. If white plays cd5, we have very important move, knight f6. Just continue development. No time for normal moves. After ed5, bishop b5.
Yes, so be careful because ed5 is very natural, yeah?
Yes. Knight f6, only move.
Important move, yeah?
Very important, yes. And if he play knight c3 here, it's not same because now after ed5, bishop b5, we have bishop d7 move. What's the difference? If you play ed5 here, please don't forget that ed5 is mistake. After bishop b5, if you play bishop d7 here, it's not same because queen take on d5.
Mm-hmm.
Queen take on d5, and our position bad. So that's why we play knight f6, very important move. If he play knight c3, we will take, and after bishop b5, now of course we can play bishop d7 because not queen d5 move. After knight e5, take, just go to castle or play a5, play knight c6, you can do it. Any play.
But if somebody, let's say, is afraid of the isolated pawn, no, in this final position, I mean, if somebody will say, okay, but what to do with the d5 isolated pawn? What is your answer? I
think just development and a5 probably. I think without castle, white can't play. Knight c6, for example. If he take on c6, okay, no problem. Take. Knight d4. Maybe queen d7. Not maybe, queen d7.
Aren't these pawn weak? This c6, d5 are not weak, yeah?
Pawn on c6, not weak. Weakness, when we speak about weaknesses, pawn or some squares on the board, we must understand, can he use it or not? If our weaknesses. Okay, if he can't, it's not weaknesses. Queen c2, it looks like weaknesses, but how you can use it? How? Bishop b2. Okay, my pawn on c6 is bad, but okay, now I have no pawn. Yes, so you can fix it. It's absolutely normal position, and yes, it's if bishop b2, we can play a5. No problem here. Absolutely no problem. If we play queen b6, it's also no problem. Okay,
So very easy to play position, yeah, for black.
very playable, and we play for 3 results, I think.
Mhm.
If he play bishop b5 check, it's also important line. Bishop d7, take, take. Now he can play for our isolate pawn, e5. As usually we have isolate pawn, it's d5 pawn, yes, but sometimes it could be e5 also, but very seldom. I don't know why. d6, d6. Now we can take on d1 or take on e6. According to my style, queen d1, I prefer queen d1 because I like to play ending, but you can take on e6, it's also possible. After castle, a5, absolutely normal position.
But e5 looks
Yeah.
weak, yeah. For some players, they could say e5.
For example, he played b5 or bishop b2, ab, just knight e5, castle. Yes, it's normal position, and engine evaluation is good. It's around equal. After b5, we can play okay, knight d7. He can use our weakness. It's not a weakness pawn, it's just a pawn. And we have an open file here. Okay, bishop c5. We can attack pawn f2. So it's miracle. It's not positional advantage. Queen e2 rook e8, normal position. But of course you can play. You can change queens also. Take, take, and knight c6. And the king is not good. Okay, he have pawn up, but king is not good. And what to do? It could be serious compensation. For example, rook e1. Now, long castle looks good, but I'm not sure that it's the best. After knight bd2, maybe here white is better, really. But we can put,
Maybe it's better to play queen takes c6 because we have more open chances, yeah. Because after queen d1, my feeling is we just need to play for draw here, yeah. After queen e6 is more interesting to play.
I think we can play here rook d8.
But what do you think, Alexei? Instead of queen takes d1, we exchange queens. Isn't it better to just take on e6 like you showed before? And
No, I try to understand what I prefer queen d1.
but why? Queen e6 looks very interesting, no? You play for 3 results.
Oh, it's according to my style. No, I think we can play ending for 3 results also.
Yes? Okay.
It's not my recommendation. It's my it's my move, or could be on the game. If I ask myself what I will do here, I'm sure that I will take on d1. But queen e6 also very good move. Okay, you can take on e6, but we also can take on d1. Knight c6, rook e1, and now no natural move castle. Rook d8 is better because we can use short castle. After knight bd2, e4, knight g5, now go to short castle. And I think we also play for 3 results here, no? For example, if he play king c2, you can play e3. What's that? If rook e3, 3 knight d5 is very strong. If f e3, okay, we can play knight d5. We can play rook c8. Okay, maybe knight d5. A lot of questions to white. For example, I will play the most solid move. Rook c8, king b3, a5. What's that? Knight e4 is only move. If he will play b5, after e4, I won. We still play.
Can you show why you won? Because
Why? Because knight c3. After, okay, if king a4, king a4, if you like, you can play knight d4.
Okay, I take it
By knight or pawn?
by, okay, knight, let's say, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Oh, c3.
And finito, finish.
Finish. And finish not here. Not only here. After knight a5, it's also finish.
Yeah, it would be very unpleasant for white to get mated like this, yeah.
Bishop b2. Where is mate? Knight b6. Knight a5. Where is mate? Just after bishop c5 mate. So as you see, sometimes we play for three results. Yeah. But maybe white position not bad after knight e4, but who knows what else? What's that? No problem. Maybe who is better? Maybe it's equal, but all could happen. Rook f8, knight f6, rook c8 possible. Computer engine evaluation is equal. I just try to explain that we have chances for advantage without queens also. But okay, two ways is normal here. Back to position after f5. We checked cd5. Yes.
Now let's see the natural knight xc5, yeah.
Knight. Yes. Knight a5. Yes. After knight a5, knight f6, of course. Bishop.
Yeah, let me, Alexei, point out that our knight on g8, you correctly said that you can develop, we can develop it on h6, f7, but also second way is fe5, knight f6, yeah? So we have these two possible ways to develop knight on g8.
Yes, we will use plan with knight h6 only after bishop b2, of course. Not
Yeah, so these two ways to develop the knight. fe5, knight f6, or knight h6, knight f7, yeah?
Yes, after bishop b2, knight h6. After another moves, we can see what we will do.
Okay,
So,
very well.
after c4, f5, knight f5 logical move. Now, of course, knight f6. Bishop b2, a5, our idea. b5, knight d7. And we change his knight. And we won attempt because he played knight f3, knight a5.
But if white takes on d7,
If I
we
take
deal
on
with the
d7, we won attempt, yes.
but if white plays knight takes d7, bishop d7, isn't the bishop on d7 bad?
No. Bishop on d7, normal.
Can you show maybe knight d7, bishop d7?
We won attempt. He spent a lot of attempts.
But the bishop on d7 is bad or good? What do you think?
No, bishop is good. But it's not, I think it's not so important how I feel how feel our bishop himself. But more important than he spent a lot of time. He played knight f3, knight f5, knight d7. We spent only one time. And so...
Very well.
Yes, and if he play knight d2, now castle, and now we can take on e5. And now we can use idea with b6. Yes, your question is correct. Yes, bishop on d7 stay worse than on b7, but in previous line we won a lot of attempts. But now we're ready to finish development by b6, bishop b7, no problem here. And don't forget that we have a4 move somewhere. For example, if he played queen e2 somehow, we can play not only bishop b7, we can fix him.
Yeah, very nice move, yeah? Very nice move.
I'm not sure that I will prefer a4 instead of bishop b7, but maybe I will start from bishop b7. But okay, after castle, maybe here I will think about a4. Seriously. Because it's chance for future. Pawn. Our bishop like his rook now. The strongest. Because he must protect pawn somehow. But okay, after bishop b2, we have just bishop, but he spent some time. Rook e1, for example, attack pawn, bishop c5. If he take pawn, okay, we have a lot of ideas. For example, knight h5 possible, rook d8 possible. I think rook d8 is most human move. And we have good compensation because potential weaknesses on a3, on f2, and here
Yeah, very well.
Not easy to play it for white. It's full compensation. Yes, of course we can play any move. We can play bishop d6 here, rook c8. If you will think that e6 pawn is not a weaknesses, you will be sure that your position is good. If you think that you have terrible weakness pawn, okay, your position is always bad. It's depend of what you feel. But position is equal. For me, it's not a weak pawn because for example, in French, we have very often we have pawn on a6 like weak pawn, but it's not a weak pawn. Okay, we checked what we checked. We checked
C4 move.
c4, yes.
Yeah, and now let me ask you, Alexei, one thing, because,
Mhm.
okay, white's main moves are bishop b2 or bishop d3, but I see that Alexei Shirov sometimes played bishop b5 check, bishop d7, and now bishop d3, yeah?
Mhm.
So he basically forced somehow the move bishop, he included the move bishop d7, yeah?
Yes, it's a standard idea,
Okay.
but I think
He played a lot of games like this, Shirov, yeah? With white.
yes, three at least, and now e5 maybe not good because after b5 you can play knight d7.
So that's the idea, yeah, no knight d7.
Yes, but I think now we can play more simply. We can play knight c6, and
Mhm.
we can use our temp. I mean bishop d7, bishop b2. Should have played. Now time for knight h6. Castle. He played. No, he did not play castle. His opponents do not play knight h6 as I see. That's a problem. But after knight h6, it will be.
No, there was a game with knight h6. It transposes. Yeah.
Knight h6. Yeah, knight h6 was, yes, and he played here c4.
Yeah, but c4 castle castle or castle castle c4 would be the same, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, after castle, same. No, is it same? No, it's not the same.
Yeah, because castle castle is the game. Yeah.
It's like here.
Hmm.
Yes, you're right. Yes, c4, it's same position. Yes, and now we can take on a5. Sheriff opponent play how? Yes, he play take on a5 by pawn. Doesn't matter. I think we can take by knight. Take, and now bishop f6. Enough. How was play?
Yeah, it was a bit strange because the opponent took f5, knight e5, and then bishop f6.
His opponent play f5, knight f5, bishop f6. Yes.
Because he didn't like this bad bishop on d7, so he wanted to invite to exchange. Yeah.
I don't know why he played uh, bishop f6 because after knight d7, yes, it's a real advantage for white. Yes, of course, knight e5. We must take knight e5 or f5 doesn't matter. But so it's our position. And now just bishop f6, and what's the problem here? Just position. Maybe white idea was to play positionally after knight d2, but I think knight f7. It's a playable position for both, but I think it's not advantage. Just position. Queen c2 temp, g6, cd, bishop c6 could be next move. If b5, knight d6, a lot of options here. Okay, maybe it looks better for white, but it's not advantage.
No, it doesn't really look better for white, I think.
D1, bishop g4,
G4, yeah.
rook rook d8, or engine played d4 also after bishop e4, knight, bishop g4. No advantage. So it's okay. We can play more natural. Bishop g4, for example, bishop e2, and now maybe d4. maybe now d4. Why not? We have good pawn h3. Take.
But let's say, if instead of d4 I play a random move like a6, what is the evaluation? Here, I don't know. No, yeah, bishop g4. Yeah, rook d1, bishop g4,
Mhm.
bishop e2. If I just play a random move like a6, what is the evaluation?
a6.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, just.
Oh, here white slightly better after h3, slightly. Not if you say pass here, it's also could be very small advantage for white, but advantage after h3. But of course we can play any move here, any useful
Yeah, because
move.
of h3, huh? Okay.
Yes, h3, but without. But if I ask here my engine, is it advantage or not? It's plus 30. It's plus 30 after bishop e2. So
If it's white to
white
move,
move, it's also playable.
or if it's white to move, yeah, okay.
If
But
white
it's
move, it's
black to move.
also normal for us. But if black, it's just equal. And
Very good.
yeah, so if you forgot to make the move, it's also normal for us. So Sheriff idea is interesting, I agree. But black is normal. Absolutely normal.
Yeah, I think we should go for the main line now, bishop b2, yeah? Instead
Yes.
of c4, instead of bishop b5.
Yes. Bishop b2 is main line.
Yes.
After bishop d3, just
I think transposition.
last move. After bishop d3, we can play a5 and knight d7. And maybe we transpose to bishop b2.
Yeah, after bishop b2 is clear transposition.
Okay, bishop b2, main line, a5. We can play without a5 also, probably knight d7 also playable, but after knight d2, I bit afraid that after a5, he will play not b5. After a5, he can play bishop b5. So no need to play knight d7 and then a5. a5 better to play immediately if you want to play a5. Here after knight d2, better to play without a5. Knight h6. But I think a5 is useful move for us. That's why we will start from a5. b5. If knight bd2, interesting move. He can sacrifice. No need. He wants to not spend time for b5. But now we can take pawn, and compensation exists. Yes, I agree. But no advantage. Just position.
Yeah, queen a5 important move because
Yes, very important.
yeah.
And that of castle engine says that it's compensation. Yes, we agree with that. But we have a pawn. We can play. I hope we are okay here. But knight d2 interesting move. b5, the main line, of course.
So we can say that after knight d2, white has compensation, but just for the equality, yeah?
Yes, only for equality. b5.
Okay.
After b5, now we're ready for knight d7. And now bishop d3, knight d2, or c4. I think better to start from c4.
I agree.
And now very important move, not f5. Knight e5. But if you want, you can. But I prefer knight e5. But okay, maybe it's also possible. cd5, ed5, queen d5, knight f6. I'm a bit afraid that I can't go to castle. And now, if you forgot good move, our position could be worse. The best move here, knight b6. But not easy to find knight b6 during the game because knight c5 looks logical. Maybe we can think about knight g4 ideas. A lot of knight g4 looks strange, but it's possible. Bishop c4, e4, for example. Knight c5, the most logical move, but we will play knight b6. Why? After knight e5, we will use idea with change with queen exchange, queen d5. And now we have compensation. Queen d5, knight fd5. If he continue development, bishop e2, we can play knight f4. Our position is better. Because if he play bishop f3, we play bishop f6. we won't take knight d3 after castle. We use one more idea, knight a4. Bishop d4, knight e6, and no place for bishop. On the move is knight c3, but now we can take here, take, and now it looks like good compensation. We can take here, play bishop h3, castle, good position. So as you see, a lot of strange ideas exist here, but I feel myself not so good here. I prefer knight a5.
Also, I say instead of knight takes c5 in your variation, I think white has a lot of other options. Eh? Not
Well,
easy to analyze all of them in the fe5 variation.
yes, but f5 is normal move. It's same strongest move. It's just my view. I a bit afraid to forget something probably. If you sure that you will remember all lines, okay, you can take f5. But knight e5 is more simple way. Just I want to say, knight e5, f5, bishop e5. If cd5, cd5, ed5. Maybe knight f6 also possible, but ed5, bishop e5, bishop f6 is. I think we are better here. Just better.
Yeah.
Bishop f6, knight f6. Good development, good pieces. Isolate pawn, but okay, isolate pawn. Sometimes it's good for us. If knight
Past isolated pawn.
yeah. If knight c3, no need take on e5. You can play queen e7. Also good position. Yes, bishop e5. The best, knight f6. Why not bishop f6? After bishop f6, it's very important moment. Bishop f6 was good after cd5, ed5 exchange. But without exchange, of course, it's another position. If you play bishop f6 now, after knight d2 development, good development move, if you take on e5, queen h5 check, now probably white is better. For example, knight h6, take, bishop d3, and it could be slightly better. Of course, we can play it some castle b6, but it looks not after, without cd5. I think it's better for white. How much? Maybe not too much, but no need to give our opponent chances. Better to play knight f6. Now, if a lot of lines here, if bishop d3, we take here and take, and probably time for a4 now. Black position is good. Ending is good. If you play cd5, same idea. We change queens, and it's slightly better for black. King f7 could be next move. a4, rook e8, king f7, okay, just good position. If you play bishop e2, we can play castle, knight d7. Bishop d7 also interesting with bishop a8 idea. For example, knight c3, bishop a8, take. It looks a bit passive, but also possible. No advantage there. But maybe knight d7 is more interesting. Knight d7. If bishop b2 go to c5, and our next move could be a4, b6, bishop d6, bishop b7. Just good position. If he play bishop g3, probably bishop g3 is better than bishop b2. Well, same, knight c5. And if knight d2, b6, knight c3, now no time for b6, but we can play d4 with tempo. Knight a4, now concrete line d3.
But this is already a new position, better to say it, yeah? Because...
Yes, it's only, yes, now it's a special line, yes, special line. Because after knight d2, b6, it's just, we play for opinion. But after knight c3, it's now concrete line, d4, d3, and now we can use fantastic idea. We can take on f3, gf3 necessary, and play b6. I think it's very interesting. It's new position, and we have full compensation here. For example, take, rook a2, or what? If bishop b7, rook d2, but we can play e5 and protect pawn d3. Pawn on d3 is very important for us, of course. Protect pawn from f5, and we have full compensation. Rook e1, maybe bishop d4. We have a lot of options, but bishop d4, one of the best. Bishop e5, check. If bishop g3, bishop c3, we are not worse. If king h1, bishop g3, only move. Bishop c3, take, rook f8. And okay, he have two pawns, but his king is white king is not good, and we have full compensation because
Yeah.
king is not good in ending also. If he change queens somehow, no, for example, he will play rook d1 somehow. We can change queens. It's also no problem here. King is very bad for very long time. No need to afraid c5, for example, c5, bc. b6, rook b3, we are better here. If he play rook b1 for pawn support, we can play bishop f5, or I don't know, bishop c8, we can play b6, bishop b7. After bishop f5, Angel says that we are slightly better. Black is better. Okay. So, but it's too deep for me. If you want to have additional options, you can try to play here, not here.
I think bishop d7 was the additional option, yeah? Bishop d7.
The additional options here, for example, knight a4, queen a4, and we can play e5. It's also interesting. What idea? If he take on e5, we play d3. Rook fd1, if rook a d1, d2, and we won. Rook fd1 is only move, and bishop c5. It's also very interesting position. Bishop d3, if bishop d3, queen g5, bishop g3, and now h5. And what?
Yeah, queen a4 is misplaced, yeah?
Who is better? So we have some ideas, and it could be a bit risky for white, but objectively it's equal. So it was bishop b2 line.
No, I think we still miss bishop b2, take, knight f6, knight c3, yeah?
Knight f6. Yes, we checked all lines, but forgot about knight c3. Yes, knight c3.
Pankratov played it, I see.
Pankratov, yes, against Gunina. Knight c3, castle. Good move, bishop e2. And now same idea, knight d7. Now no, he can't go to b2, only bishop g3 possible. Now knight b6. We won't take a pawn or not. If cd5, ed5, our position is fantastically well after that. cd5, ed5, but castle is better. And now we can play, I don't know, we can play knight c4, we can play a4. It's also possible. But I think bishop f6 is good. For example, bishop f6, queen c2. Now, just any queen e7 probably. Queen e7 also good position. CD, AD. No problem here. We have a lot of ways for good position. Okay.
So what is your feeling about the move c4 here?
C4, it's I have no emotion after c4. Just normal move, and after that, our position. I'm sure that my position is not worse. But sometimes I must find the best move, probably, but not always. I can play naturally.
Okay, very well.
I feel myself good after c4. Knight bd2 also. But c4 is, according to statistics, c4 is main move. bishop, knight b2, and bishop d3 also possible. After bishop d3, we play knight h6. Now we can use our idea. So we can say, we can call c4 line is concrete line c4. But bishop d3, knight d2 development moves, it's we can call it positional line. Bishop d3, knight h6. Now, if knight bd2, knight f7, if castle, knight f7, our position seriously better. It's not equal, it's better for us.
Yeah, but that's very important to point out because castle is a very natural move, yeah? And
Yes.
castle is a mistake.
Yes, but castle is a mistake.
But castle is the most played move, very natural move, and it's a mistake
Yes,
already.
yes, it's
Incredible.
according statistics, castle is 70 games was played by castle, but castle is serious mistake. It's a bit strange, but a castle mistake. Queen e2. Queen e2 not a mistake. Queen e2 normal move, but we play castle, not knight f7 here. If you play knight f7 after queen e2, it's not the same because after e6 we can take by bishop.
Yeah.
Pawn is hanging. But knight f6 it's anti-positional move. We need to change bishop. That's why castle. And now if he play castle, knight f7, black is good. c4. Here c4, but knight f7. cd5, if e6, we can take by bishop, no problem here.
No check, yeah.
Yes, that's good position. And next move could be knight d6, cd ed, black is better probably. cd5, knight e5, take, bishop e5 necessary, only move f5. And now he need to close position somehow, that's why the d6 is the best. Pawn sacrifice, positional pawn sacrifice. Without that, our position could be better. For example, Mr. Iri Rassi played here knight c3. It's a huge mistake. e5, knight d5, bishop c5, castle, bishop e6. White position is worse, seriously worse. We have two bishops, open lines, pawn on a3, weak pawn. It was played on the game Iri Rassi and Rihin. d6 was the best. Queen, bishop d6, knight d2. It's just position. You can play anything. If you want, you can play rook a7. The next move b6 and rook d7, c7, I don't know.
Yeah, nice move, rook a7. Yeah.
Yes, because if you start from b6, queen e4 possible. So nice move. Yes, nice move. But if you forgot about it, your position is also normal. No need to play so fantastic. Bishop c5 enough for bishop d7, enough for equal. But rook a7, nice move, why not? So it's equal. It's equal. No need to explain why we have no advantage with pawn. Pawn, two bishops, but I think if you want, I can explain. Because okay, we have two bishops and pawn up, but it's compensation because we have double pawn and he can use square.
Yeah, e4 square, yeah.
Yes, it's only equal. It's only equal for both. No advantage for white, but not worse for us. Okay, it was serious.
Bishop d3.
Serious line. It was bishop d3. And now time for knight bd2.
Mm-hmm.
The most logical move because white have all options. Now bishop d3, c4, bishop e2 probably. But
yeah, white keeps open the cards, yeah.
Yes, and but we have one way, good way, knight h6, and if bishop e2, it was played on the game So Navarra, you can take on e5, knight f7 also possible. Okay, bishop f6, no problem here.
Yeah, it's important to say, I think, that here, if white's bishop was on d3, then white would have queen h5 check. But here with the bishop on e2 is not the same, yeah? So against bishop e2, we have this extra option.
Yes. If white need to play f4, But at f4, knight f5, it's very unclear position. So bishop a2 is just a move. If c4 here, we can take on e5 and bishop f6. It looks better for black already because queen h5 is not good. Black is better. Without queen h5 forward, white play c4 here. For knight d3, but okay, knight d3. After knight d3, we will find what to do.
Yeah.
And that's why bishop d3 looks the best. And after knight f7, f5.
Yeah, but yeah, important to say f5, yeah, here I think,
yes, because check, yes. No, yes, we can take on f5, but knight f7 looks very low.
So just let me show you once again, guys, because here it's very important moment, I think. Remember, if bishop e2, you can play f5 because after take bishop f6, no queen h5 check. If bishop d3, no f5 now because after take bishop f6, white will have some moment queen h5 check, yeah? That's the difference. So against bishop d3, we play knight f7. Against bishop e2, f5. I hope that it's clear the logic and the reason why. Yeah, better to say it clearly because very easy to confuse.
Yes. So after bishop d3, we play knight f7. Take. He help us with development. c4, necessary move, because if he play castle, e5, our position is winning. c4 necessary move. He stop our e5 move, but now we can play any move. For example, knight c5. No castle, please, because if castle, now knight c5, it's not same because after queen c2 he attack pawn h7, knight d3, the best move here, but we play knight c5 not for knight d3 only. Better to play knight c5 immediately because after queen c2 impossible now. After bishop c2 we play b6 instead of castle. Castle also possible, but I prefer b6 immediately. cd, because after castle, maybe we will not spend time for castle. After castle, it's equal position, but after knight b3, his position is safety.
Easy to play, yeah.
Yes, queen d4. It's not advantage, it's normal position, but white position is safety. But we want to play for 3 results here. After castle, if you want to play for 3 results, of course, you can play a4 instead of castle. And we fix pawn, and we stop knight. It's interesting move. And if he play rook e1, now bishop e6. Okay, he stop our castle, but we play h6, and finally we will play castle, but our pawn will be here already. No knight b3 move. And we play, I hope we play for 3 results here. After queen b4, we can continue a bit, we go to castle. If he play knight d4, we play knight d6, attack pawn. Knight f3, play bishop g4. Who is better? Probably black. Knight on c5 still well.
Yeah, very nice.
Late pawn, but who attacked our pawn? Who is attacking? We have square by knight on e4, and we have a lot of pluses in our position. And we play for 3 results here, I hope. So I hope that's all.
Yeah, so my general feeling is that here we are doing very well in this line, yeah? After bishop e7. Can you maybe show the position once again, Alexei, after move 7, bishop e7, so that...
Yeah. Yes, it's...
Yeah, so about this position, yeah, we have seen all the lines here for white. And it seems that black is doing absolutely fine here, no? What do you think?
Yes, he has a lot of lines, as you see, but ideas is very natural here. And if you forgot something, I think you will remember during the game the best way. And objectively, black is good here. I think I didn't see any new ideas for white here.
And also, I think that very often we play for true results. Also, sometimes natural moves like castle for white are huge mistakes. Yeah, like we have shown sometimes.
Yes, yes.
So I think no problem here, but a very important position because you can achieve it from two move orders, a3 or knight f3. Yeah. So okay, I think for today that's all. What do you think, Alexei? Is fine?
Yes, and I just want to say, sometimes ago when I analyzed it, it was opinion that white is better here, but now it's more. We have more objectively evaluation about this position, and now we can say that it's a good position for black. Sometimes ago, engine prefer white here, but now.
So the theoretical opinion changed, yeah?
Yes, opinion has changed, and that's why we can say that it's equal. It's
Yeah, the engines are much stronger now, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you a lot, Alexei. We're waiting you for the next very important line. Thank you, everybody, and good luck in studying. See you very soon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye.